In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a TIE Special Forces, also known as a TIE SF Space Superiority Fighter from Star Wars. Now if you guys are new to the channel at all, we do a lot of time lapses and tutorials just like this one, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also guys, if you want more Star Wars tutorials, I'll leave a link in the card above as well as in the description to a full playlist that you guys can check out after this video. Anyway, let's get into the tutorial. Alright then guys, so here we are on my flat tutorial world. So this one is very much like the standard kind of first order TIE, just really with a red stripe and a small change at the back. And there's not really too much going on apart from that, it's obviously got a cannon at the back as well. So this one is 5 blocks long, it is 9 blocks wide because we've got the banners on the side and the buttons, and it's 7 blocks high. Materials that you guys are going to need are polished deep slate slab, stair, block. You're also going to need smooth stone. That's what I've ended up using. You can also use the double stacked version of, when you've got smooth stone slabs. You can use that as well if you want to. Red nether brick stairs, red carpet, grey carpet, warped fence gate, and grey stained glass. We'll need a load of other stuff as well as we go along throughout the tutorial, but that'll get us started quite nicely. So if you guys want to make a grid, you can do. You don't have to by any means. But if you do, that will be, again, 9 blocks wide, 5 blocks long. Find the exact middle for this one, which is not there, which is right there. Place down any block you really want. And then what we're going to do is we are going to have an upper slab, and that's going to be your polished deep slate slab. So that's why I've got that on there. Then what we're going to do from here with our glass is come forwards from this, and we're going to make a cross. So you go 3 up, and then you have them going out. So that's what you're going to have there like that. Underneath, this is where our guns are going to be. You're going to come forwards with your warped fence gate, punch that through. That is going to be your guns. You can actually get rid of these too, it's great. So get rid of a couple of blocks. Then underneath this, we're going to have our polished deep slate stair. And on top as well, normal stairs like that. Now, on this one, I ended up using iron trapdoors for these. Now, because of that, I need to use the debug stick to knock these down. Up to you guys if you want to use that, or you can use warped trapdoors as well. If you do want to use the debug stick, do /give, then your name, and then debug_stick, and then we can find the property by left clicking, which is open, which I went past, and then we can right click to set that to true. Apparently I put that one in the wrong place. There we go. Like that. So that's what we're going to have. If you can't do that though, like I said guys, use your warped trapdoor. That will do absolutely fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the inside of this, step onto this little block. Actually, we can get rid of this one underneath there. And if I can get onto it, we'll do in a sec. There you go. Put in a normal stair here. That's going to be that. One there as well. One here. One here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be out with 1 block here. Out of 1 block. Now we haven't done the red stripe yet, and I'm very aware of that. We're going to do that in a second. We're just going to get this shape done first. It's going to be easier to show you guys first in the stairs. Then with our polished deep slate stair, have an upside down here, upside down there, normal there, normal there. Then we have blocks of deep slate going around here like that. Now what we are going to need to grab is our red nether brick. And also a grey stained glass pane. So the grey stained glass pane goes in at the back. That's the kind of back slit. It's actually like a half block. You can put a fence on here, not a fence, a sign on here if you want to. I was tempted to do it, but it was already quite small. But effectively what's going on here is there's this window which is just the top slab part of it. So we'll get rid of that. We're going to grab our polished blackstone buttons, whack those 2 on the back as well. There we go, like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to switch this side. So when we're on the front of this, the left hand side, this whole bit here is going to be red. So we're going to have our red nether brick stairs. We're going to whack that in there. Have another one here. One underneath here. Normal stair in there. Stair there. Should have really done this before, when I'd knocked that out. Get that one in there. And then get that one on there at the back and there like that. So that's where your kind of red stripe goes. In the middle, you're going to have a polished deep slate slab like that. Then we're going to have red carpet where it's red, and then grey carpet around the other bits. And I know it's a black TIE fighter, so why grey? Well, the black just looks really dark and really black. You can go with something like blackstone instead. I just really like the polished deep slate blocks, as you guys have probably noticed. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have just a slab on the top and underneath of these side bits. like that. And then we're going to have a block that comes out. That's going to be a deep slate block. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 blocks of smooth stone. And that's going to be too high, so 3 blocks of smooth stone on top of that. And the same underneath as well. And then 1 on either side. Then at the bottom, just a load of deep slate blocks. And on the top as well. And then what we're going to do is the middle 3 blocks are going to be deep slate on the sides like that. So that's what you end up getting. We're also going to need a polished deep slate wall. We're going to have that on each of these bits here. And here. Then we'll do the same on the other side. So we've already got that block, so we go that 3 smooth stone on top. Make that too high. And polished deep slate on top of that. Underneath we're going to have those going 3 across there. And also fill in these 2 gaps. So 3 down there. Then finally a deep slate blocks down there. Then in the middle of those, the 3 blocks are going to be deep slate. And then where we've got this little block that we can see there, put in your deep slate walls. There we go, cool. So that's looking pretty good. Right, so what else do we need to do? Well, we're going to need a nether brick fence, for one. Because there's a little antenna, and I've just plonked mine there. It's kind of more on this fence here, carpet. This carpet right here. Can't say words today, it's been a long day at work. But this carpet here is supposed to be kind of on that, but it looks a little bit weird when you take that off. So I've whacked that in there instead. You can also use things like your lightning rods and things like that instead if you want to. Right, other blocks we're going to need. We're going to need this lightning rod down here. And we're also going to need some banners. So all I've done is it's the opposite of what I've done before with the normal TIE Fighter. It is a light grey banner as your starting base. And then you just get a black dye and you just run that across. So when you put it in a loom, you'll get the 2 patterns, and you can actually use both of those patterns. No problem at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the kind of central point, we're going to have the lines going out. So you just end up doing stuff like that. And then around this central point here, we're just going to put in our black buttons like that as well. And then the same here, when you get the right ones that is. Like that. And now we can't put the buttons everywhere with this one, but we can put them on these 2 sides. So I'll put them on those 2 sides. Then we'll get these in here. Jump down and under and get these in. And then on the outside. Like that. There we go. Cool. So the only other tweak you can do if you want to, it's going to need our debug stick again. And that is to do with this wall. So what you'll notice is underneath, this is completely filling the block. Whereas this isn't, it's got a little bit that's missing. So what you can do instead, guys, you can loop through until you find where it says low, and you can put that to tool. Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so you can then knock that up. And this one's going to be the same. It's going to be north, which is low, and I can knock that up. Nice and easy, super simple, pretty cool though. And then at least it's better than when I built this one the first time. Because my first one didn't have the back window at all, and I thought this was the first order TIE Fighter, but it turns out it's supposed to have 2 seats. Now, if you guys can fit 2 seats in something this big, good luck with that, because, yeah, I mean, it's barely got 1, but they're supposed to be back to back. Fun fact was that it was actually made up for the movie, because don't think J.J. Abrams realised that the TIE Fighters only have space for 1 seat, so it was kind of like a quick rush. Let's try and get something working. But pretty cool though. Oh, gun at the back. Right, the gun at the back, what you're going to do is lightning rod, have this underneath like that. That is going to be your big gun at the back. You can also do it where instead you end up having like guns on the sides here. I did try this out at one point, have those there and then use this as the back one. But it just didn't look right really. So that's why I've gone with those 2, just to differentiate the 2 different types of cannons. But that is definitely it now. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, comment, like and subscribe. And as always guys, I'll see you on the next one.